It's had to have been at least like 20 years since the last time that I purchased a magazine. In fact, just thinking about buying and reading magazines really makes me feel old. But when I saw that the Times magazine was going to use that iconic photo of Trump from the failed assassination attempt as the cover of their upcoming issue, I figured, you know what? I'm going to dust my shoulders off. I'm going to brush off the cobwebs, and I'm going to head out there and I'm going to buy a magazine in the year of 2024. Now, I'm sure I will disagree with half of the stuff said in the articles in the magazine. I probably wouldn't have even read it. I just want it for that photo. And listen, folks, I don't really consider myself a conservative. I'm not a hardcore, like MAGA hat wearing type of guy. But that photo is one of the most iconic photos in American history. It just gives you that feeling inside that you're proud to be an American. And I have not felt that feeling for over a decade. I mean, looking at that photo, it gave me the same feeling I got as a child the first time I watched Top Gun. And like Danger Zone comes on. You know that feeling? 80s babies, 90s babies. You know what I'm talking about. The kids these days, they probably don't know, but there was that feeling. And because that photo, it's making people feel something. It doesn't matter if you hate Trump, love Trump. It doesn't matter if you're indifferent. That photo makes you feel something. And because of that, now Times Magazine is removing that photo. They're no longer going to use that as the cover because they're scared. They're scared that that photo is inspiring people. Not inspiring people to do something bad, but inspiring people to vote. It's inspiring people to feel patriotic once again. And that's the last thing they want. Because if you're feeling patriotic, you're probably not going to be voting for Joe Biden or his replacement. You're probably going to be voting for the guy that just stood up after an assassination attempt and yelled, "Fight, fight, fight," with the American flag in the background, right? So they're scared that this photo is invoking these feelings in people, and it's inspiring people to actually want, America to be great again, oddly enough. But this photo is terrifying them. They know that this photo sealed the election. This photo, if there was any doubt before, this photo won Donald Trump the election. So what they're trying to do right now is they're trying to bury it. And it's now being revealed that editors for big newspapers and major news outlets are doing whatever they can to bury this photo. They're telling their journalists, they're telling their photographers, they're telling their editors to no longer use these photos in their articles, in the magazines, and what have you. In fact, right here it is reported, editor at major news outlet tells media to bury iconic photo of Trump after assassination attempt. An unnamed photo editor at a major news outlet believes it is dangerous for the media to highlight the historic photo of former President Trump standing tall after the attempt on his life Saturday, calling it free PR for the Trump campaign. An Axios Media Trend assessment on Tuesday argued that the overuse of the iconic image can pose risks, citing unnamed photographers who reportedly told the outlet that promoting the viral photos could be a form of photoganda because the Trump campaign will use them to further their agenda despite the photographer's intent of capturing a news event. The amount that publications have been using Evans' photo is kind of free PR for Trump in a way, and it's dangerous for media organizations to keep sharing that photo despite how good it is, the editor says. So, it's not enough that they just tried to take the guy out. You would think that, okay, guys, we've had enough. The TDS, it's enough now. They just tried to take the guy out. And some of his supporters are no longer with us because the media has put people and whipped people into a frenzy about Donald Trump. But it's not enough. Even after they know they wanted to use that photo, they know that that would be the #1 selling magazine, the #1 read news article that they've had in years. The mainstream media is dying. They need big news stories like this. They need cover stories like the one they had. But instead, they rather not use the photo. They rather not have any sales. They rather not have any clicks on their news articles because their agenda is more important to them than money. Their agenda is more important to them than reporting the truth. And they feel as if they could come out here and try to control the narrative about what happened Saturday. And they feel as if they could switch and shift the conversation in different directions that all lead away from Donald Trump standing back up on that stage and raising his fist. They want to move as far away from that moment and as far away from those iconic photos as they can. And I agree. This definitely will be used by the Trump campaign. But can you be mad at them? If you don't want the Trump campaign using images like the one that photographer took on Saturday, then maybe stop trying to kill Donald Trump. I mean, stop trying to take the guy out and maybe you wouldn't have these photos. You know what I mean? It's like you're mad because your failed attempt, and I'm not saying Times Magazine was behind this, don't get me wrong, but it's like they're mad that their attempt failed and winded up backfiring and creating one of the most iconic photo shoots in American history. But this just shows you how much they hate you. This shows you how much they hate the American people, how much they hate the truth. And it shows you that they're well aware, okay? They're well aware of how iconic that photo is. They can pretend to hate that photo as much as they want to. They know it's an awesome photo. They know that photo has caused a ripple effect throughout this nation. They know there were people out there that had no plans on voting at all, that saw that photo, that saw what happened Saturday, and they're like, you know what? This is enough. I'm going to get out there and vote for Donald Trump. So over the coming days, over the coming weeks, they're going to do whatever they can to memory hold this situation. They're going to try to scrub these photos offline in any way, shape, or form. And I can already tell you that they're suppressing a lot of the information that's coming out about this event. But there are things that I can't talk about here on YouTube that I can talk about over on X or Twitter. So go follow me over there. Let me know your thoughts about all of this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell. And if you find yourself getting too worked up, remember, it's all just political cinema.